In the face of misleading media, preteens are vulnerable to developing distorted perceptions of the world, especially those who lack access to digital literacy education. Our app, Satya, helps mitigate this issue by transforming learning into an interactive experience, enriching preteens' critical thinking skills. The first component of the app is the fact checker, in which users can input a claim and receive either a credibility assessment or a correct counterclaim based on the Google Fact Check API. The next component is the cognitive bias library, in which users can read articles about faulty reasoning and complete quizzes to reinforce learning. Of course, our app isn't complete without the games. Currently, we feature a fake news identification game called Spot the Fake and a cognitive bias identification game called Bias Buster. This is the get scenario from Gemini function that powers the Bias Buster game. The function makes a call to the Gemini API asking it to return a fictional scenario. The user will identify the cognitive bias present in the scenario and gain points if they are correct. The prompt variable is the string of text that will be fed into the API. It specifies the requirements of the fictional scenario. The next line of code defines the structure of the HTTP request, which is a message sent from the app to the API's web server to initiate the scenario generation process. Next, some parameters are set to determine the way that the scenario is generated. The temperature value and top K values control how creative and linguistically varied the scenarios are. The temperature is set to 1 for maximal creativity. The remainder of the code actually makes a request to the API and interprets the output, which is in a JSON format. This segment of the code is where lots of errors can occur, so error handling is frequently included. We performed prototype testing with our mentors, parents, and siblings. This involved both virtual previews of the app and physical testing. We found that some individuals found the format of the games confusing, so we changed the layout of buttons and the text on the screen to be more intuitive. Additionally, we found that people found the fake news articles for the fake news game to be too easily identifiable, so we adjusted our prompt for the Gemini API accordingly to make the game more challenging and engaging. To make our app even more dynamic, we plan to implement customizable profiles. As users accumulate points, they will attain higher levels and will be able to use the points to purchase profile icon accessories as well as in game power ups. To ensure user satisfaction, we will provide monthly feedback surveys to users and provide points as an incentive for completing the surveys. To encourage frequent usage, users will have daily quests and will receive point bonuses with extended completion streaks. Thank you for watching.